So I've been in the agency space for around a year and 3 months now. And I mean, for the past 1.5, even 2 years, I've learned so much. I've learned so many lessons. But today, there's one specific lesson that I just want to share with you guys that really, I wouldn't say helped me a lot, but I know that if I figured that out, if I applied that lesson into my business and into my life earlier, I definitely would have made more progress by now. So, yeah, I just want to share that with you guys, and hopefully that can help some of you that are in similar situations than me. Now, obviously, it's okay. That's how you learn. It takes time, it takes experience. For me personally, I can be a bit stubborn sometimes, and that's why sometimes I need more than someone else telling me how to do something. I actually need to experience it before I believe in that specific principle or whatever it may be. And that's exactly why some of these things, it just took me a bit longer because I actually had to experience it myself before I, applied it into my own life and business. So the lesson that I want to share with you guys is just the grass isn't always greener on the other side. In fact, most of the times it's less green, right? I don't know if I can even put it like that, but most of the times it's shittier on the other side. It just looks better because you don't see all of the other stuff that hides behind the good looking things, right? Someone once said, the grass looks greener because there's more shit on that side. Of course, I mean, that's a good way of putting it. The grass hides the fertilizer, which makes it look so green. So the point is just don't always think that the grass is greener on the other side, because most of the times it isn't. So as I said, I've been in the agency space for around 1 year and 3 months now, but I really started looking into becoming an online entrepreneur around 2 years ago, maybe a few months into my final year of school. I started looking into that. Originally, I wanted to become an engineer and all of that, but my mind changed. I don't want to do that anymore. I didn't want to do that anymore. And I started looking into digital, well, being a online entrepreneur, living that nomad lifestyle, having financial, location, time, all of those freedoms that you can have. And yeah, I've had a look into multiple different business models: e-learning, coaching, agency, trading, affiliate marketing, e-commerce, all of those things, like most of you probably have all also had a look at. And I didn't really go full in on anything in my final year of school, but at the end of the year, I decided to stick with the agency, or go with the agency model. And that's what I've been doing ever since. And within the agency model, there's been so many shiny objects, and I'm sure a lot of you can relate if you're in the agency model. Now, it doesn't only apply to the agency model. I mean, shiny objects can also be different business models. Like, let's say you try the agency model and then you look at e-commerce, and that seems so much easier and so much more enjoyable, and you jump to that, do that for a few months, then you look at affiliate marketing, then you go do that business model, and then you go to trading. And it can happen with that as well, with exercise, with everything. It's really applicable in all areas of your life. But for me specifically, I learned the lesson with jumping between different niches, because I'm sure a lot of you will know that sometimes when you're in a specific niche, and it maybe gets hard, one of the other niches may look much easier and much more enjoyable. And then you're very tempted to just drop this niche and go to that one because it seems like you can make money more easily. You maybe see other people that got great results in that niche. You see all of the positive things about that niche, but you don't see the negatives. Where if you're on this side, you know about all of the negatives as well as the positives. But the thing is, you don't see the positives anymore because you're faced with the negatives the whole time. Now, if every time it gets hard, you just jump to a different niche. Now, as I said, this is applicable to everything in your business, in exercising, and everything else. If every time it gets hard, you just jump to something else, you're not going to make progress. So I did that for quite a while in the agency. So I actually started my agency originally in the solar niche. I did that for a few months, then I got a few excuses, and yeah, it started getting hard and whatnot. And I went to a different niche. I went to chiropractic, did that for like 3 months. So that didn't work. I dropped the chiropractic niche, and then I went to real estate, dropped that after a few months, went to home improvement, dropped that, went to HVAC, dropped that, and went to med spa, dropped that. And then beginning of this year, exactly 1 year after I started my agency, I went back to the solar niche, and now I have clients inside of this niche. This is the first niche that I actually made money in, got clients, got results, all of those things, getting experience. And it's kind of like I made this loop where I started here at solar, made this entire loop trying all of the other niches, and now I'm back at solar again. And to be honest, I almost switched niches again a few weeks ago because I had some struggles with client results and things like that. And then I watched a video from Charlie Morgan about exactly that. And the truth is, as soon as you reach that point where you're starting to struggle, you're not getting results for your clients, that's when you're so close to making a breakthrough. Because if you can, push through and find a way to figure that out, that's when you would have gained like this new, I don't know, I want to say this new threshold of experience, right? You reach this new threshold of experience, and now you have that under your belt. You overcame this big obstacle. You didn't just dip with the first obstacle or first struggle that you encountered, and that gives you confidence, and it also obviously helps you grow inside of your business. It's a breakthrough inside of your business. So that's the lesson that I just wanted to share with you guys, is not to get shiny object syndrome and jump to different islands or different, whatever you want to call it, jump to different patches of grass where the grass looks greener. Stick to what you're doing. Obviously, if you absolutely hate what you're doing and you only started in that because that's what everyone else did, or you felt forced to do that, then make a switch. But think about it very, very carefully. Think, is it just because it's hard that you don't enjoy it that much and you think that this is going to be so much easier? Or is it really because you just don't like the concept of that business model, or whatever it may be, right? So stick to what you're doing. If you're maybe in a situation, either in the agency space, let's just take that as an example. If you're maybe in a situation where you're really struggling with a specific niche, just keep on moving forward, close your eyes, press through, and do everything in your power to figure out the problems and solve the problems that cross your path. And eventually you'll find a way to get through that, and it's going to help you, because as soon as you figure that out, you're going to gain a new level of confidence. And that's also when you're going to start making more breakthroughs inside of your business. Because once again, if you just switch niches the whole time, it's also like you're starting at ground zero again, because you have to change your entire marketing strategy and your entire, all of your knowledge that you had about your previous niche. Now you have to do niche research again, and all of those things. And that's exactly, as I said, it applies to different business models. If you want to try different ways of exercising, that's a bit different as long as you exercise. But you can't, as soon as it gets hard, just jump to something else. That's the point, because if you do that, you're never going to get good at something. You have to push through that hard part, because that's when you're going to make breakthrough. That's when you're going to start getting good. That's when you're going to start getting good at what you're doing. If you just stop before or whenever it gets hard, you're never going to really get good at something. If you push through, that's when you're going to start getting good at whatever you're doing, and you're going to learn a lot. So yeah, I know I'm kind of repeating myself, but I just want to stress that it's very, very important to not jump around. Stick to what you're doing, and keep your vision, stay focused, and eventually, if you keep on moving forward, you will succeed. So I really hope that this helped you guys a bit. If there's maybe some of you, as I said, it doesn't have to be in the agency space, it can be in anything. If you're struggling with something at the moment, and you're considering to change just because it's hard, not because it's not something you want to do because it's hard, don't. Just stick to that. Focus on getting good at what you're doing, and yeah, just push through. You're gonna be fine, and you're gonna make breakthroughs soon. So I really hope this helped you out. I would really appreciate if you guys can help me out by just liking this video and maybe subscribing to my channel. Obviously, I would really appreciate that. And then you can also check in the description for my Instagram and my TikTok. I also post on there. Yeah, I would really appreciate that. But other than that, thanks so much for watching this video. I will see you in my next one. Have a blessed day.